I'm Manola Zabalza. I'm the Secretary for Economic Development for Mexico City. Mexico City, well, it's a global city. We have the best restaurants in the world. We have flights everywhere. We have the best hotels. We have technology. And at the same time, we have still people that don't have water, don't have health services. So it's like in unequal cities, you need to, at the same time, foster growth and foster better redistribution of wealth. Women have two jobs. They work in an office, and then they go back home, and then they wash, they cook, they take care of the kids. And that part of inequality, it's such a burden, especially for women. And what we want to do is that private part, make it public. So we are creating these Utopias, which are places where women can have free laundry. They can have free childcare. They can have healthcare services, everything for free. We usually think out of poverty as you don't have enough money, or you don't have water, or you don't have services, but it's multidimensional. And the part of having time to have some fun, normally we exclude that. So we have like pools and Zumba classes and, like places to talk about women empowerment. We are very interested in fostering that part for the well-being of the population, and also as an economic side, we want to be the capital of entertainment. We already are the third city with more concerts in the world, but we don't want to stop with that. We want to have night economy and like festivals and having culture and the fun economy as a core of the economic development of the city.
So let's talk about the role of business in helping you achieve your priorities. What is the role of business, and do you think they'll engage with the government?
So we need to adapt businesses as to be able to offer the jobs that people want to do at one where people are going to be great. For instance, we have amongst the best chemists in the world. We have a really developed career in terms of chemistry, but we don't have yet biotech industry that you have in Boston. Let's bring out companies that can employ these people and at the same time foster our national industry.
So are you also starting to think about education and what needs to happen from that lens?
Of course, like normally you see universities and schools as a part that brings up talent, but for us it's also an investment. And we have really good universities in Mexico, and we want to internationalize them so we can have really good talent, not only from other areas of Mexico, but internationally, and having these incredibly talented people after studying, having startups, entrepreneurships, etc. So yeah, we're gonna work really hard on that part.
Manola, what are the key metrics that you're tracking as you go about your work?
Well, we have three main metrics. One is the reduction of poverty. We have a great record in Mexico as a country. We're top 3 of the most countries that have reduced poverty. Second, going from informality to formality. We want to have more into the formal job business. We love work in Mexico. Everyone works, but the problem is that some people are under the formal market, which is like they pay taxes, they are in a payroll, you have a contract signed, you have social security, and then you have an informal sector, which is more than half of the country, where you don't have all the protection that you should have as a worker. Maybe like I know how to sew, so I sew in my house and then I sell it. Or I can have like in a cafeteria, maybe I have half under the payroll and the other half it's on the informal market. So a measure for us is how do we make formality easier? And the third is FDI, so foreign direct investment. But we don't only want foreign direct investment. It's not only about quantity, but about quality. So we want to have investments that have innovation, investments that have great value added, investments that have transference of knowledge, that are sustainable.
What words of advice would you have for business leaders who are interested in perhaps advancing economic mobility for people in Mexico?
The world is going through an overwhelming change. Things are changing, the way that we relate to each other is changing, the way that we produce is changing, and Mexico has demonstrated to itself and to the world that we are an incredibly resilient country, an incredibly resilient economy, and an incredibly resilient city. We have proven to be resilient and at the same time to be incredibly innovators and to be incredibly welcoming to other ideas and to new businesses. So when you have those parts, resilience and a welcoming culture, I think it's the best recipe to foster new investments. We have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the continent, and we are one of the safest cities in the continent. We are even safer than Los Angeles, for example. So we are really a city that has found solutions in the deepest problems a society can have for a long time. And we hope to continue finding those solutions.